Got shot by the guy. I'm like, oh,
let's go.
Get in my car.
Ready?
Look at that.
Ayin bet, Amud bet.
I'm using that because he's taking me to where it's blocked by the car.
The Gemara says, Ha'achin, brothers, shayu ochlim al shulchan avihem. They were eating on their father's table. V'yeshenim bebatehim, but they're sleeping at home. Tzirichin iruv lekol echad ve'echad. Each one needs an eruv. Meaning, if they're giving an eruv, they're going to join in an eruv in that hatzer. Each person is considered separate, and each one has to put his own bread in the eruv. And they're not yotzeh with the father, even though they're eating on the father's table. Lefikach, therefore, im shachach echem mehem velo irev.
Do they live there?
They all live. There's 6 houses in the hatzer besides for the other houses. And my father lives in one, the big grande house. That's where they all eat, and the kids live around the hatzer. And there's other people. Each guy has to give. They can't say no. My father gave for us. I gave at the office. My father gave no. If one of them didn't make the eruv, mevatel et reshuto. He has to be mevatel reshut to the others, right? Mevatel et reshuto. That's only if they're putting the eruv someplace else. Because if they're putting it in a different house, then they have to give. And since they have to give, each one has to give. If the eruv was coming to their house, I guess to the father's house, or if there's nobody else in the hatzer, and I'm tzirichim la'arev. In that case, they don't have to make an eruv. Look at Rashi. Hashutafim lo garsinam. V'yeshenim bebatehem. Vehem v'avihem ve'acherim. They, their father and others, darim behatzer echad. Tzirichim eruv lekol echad ve'echad. Each one has to give eruv. Im rotzim la'arev im sh'ar b'nei hatzer. If they want to combine with the rest of the people in the hatzer. Ta'ama, the reason mefaresh b'gemara. Mevatel et reshuto, the one that didn't make it niruv mevatel reshuto, tzarich levatel reshuto, yes, be mevatel his reshut if he wants to be able to carry, or if anyone wants to carry. Ematai bezman shemulichin et eruvam. When do they have to all give? When they're giving the eruv letitobe hamibate she'ar b'nei hatzer. When the eruv is going to be in one of the other people living around the hatzer. The ho'il vehuz kekule eruv. Once they have to give an eruv, amrina b'gmara migodesh ar diurin asre. In hunami asre, because the other people are osir, they're also osir. V'tzirichim kulan litem pat. So every one of the brothers has to give bread. Ho'il v'hilukin diurehem belina, because they sleep separately. Umekable prasen. They're not actually eating in the father's house. They're just being supported by the father. Kedemuki b'gmara. She'en ochlim bebet avihen mamash. They don't actually eat in his house. He's just supporting them. Aval imaya eruv. What?
So really, it's pshita this, no? Because they're not living by him.
Nothing's pshita. Aval imaya eruv kol hatzer ba lebet avihem. But if everybody was putting the eruv in the father's house, shelohus kekule eruv, and the father doesn't have to give eruv. Kedkaimalan like we hope. Right? The amrinam b'mishotziu bayit shemanichim bo eruv, the house that you put the eruv in. And tzarich litenet tapat, they don't have to put bread like we said yesterday, because the reason for the eruv is that everybody's living together. Everyone's living in this house. Where you're putting the bread, that's where everybody's living. So the house that you're living in, that's where they're living. Why they have to put bread? They don't. Everybody else needs to put bread to show that they live in this house. But the guy that's living there, I do live in this house. What do I have to put bread for? Vehem kulam nimshachim bo. And all the brothers are yotzeh with the fact that it's in the father's house. Or another case, she'eni mahem diurim acherim. If there's nobody else in that hatzer, she'en diurim maskikin otan la'arev. There's nobody else causing them to make the eruv. En srichim la'arev. The yichidim dami. Legabe themselves, we consider them like yichidim. It's only when there's other people, legabe the other people, klape chutz, we consider them to be chalukin. So the Gemara says, Shma mina mekom lina gorem. From the fact that we make them make an eruv, from the fact that we make each one give an eruv, even though they're all eating on the father's table, that's the havamina, that they're actually eating on the father's table. So you see that way. If you have a case of a split residence, I sleep in one place, but I eat in another place. Which is the main place? The place where you eat. That's why, the place where you sleep. You see that the place where you sleep is the main thing, because these guys all eat around the father's table. So if you say that mikom pita gorim, then they should be considered one. Ela, they're considered separate because they all sleep in separate houses.
But did we not say before that where your food is
where you that's if you make an eruv, but not where you eat, unless they were somech on something in the father's house. Shema mina mekom lina gorem amar Rabbi Yehuda amar Rav b'mkable prashanu. He says no, they don't really eat by the father; they're just supported by the father. Mashenkin, if they actually ate there, like you said, Rani, the place where your bread is where you are. Amar Rabbi Yehuda amar Rav b'mkable prashan. Okay, Tan Rabbana mi sheyesh lo bet sharach sadra u'merpeset b'chatzer havero. Somebody that has a bet shar is like an entranceway to the house. Achsadra, he has a porch, open portico. Marpeset, he has a great portico, magic word. Marpeset, he has a porch. Bechatzer chavero, on his friend's chatzer, but without a house. Hareze eno oser alav, he's not oser on him. Why is he not oser on him? Because those things are not. We can understand it two ways: either because the guy doesn't live there, or because they're not ra'ui l'dira. The Ritva says, "Va'afal pishe darimbo," even though they do live there, like it says in Perek Mishtatim, because it's not ra'ui l'dira. For example, let's say this bet shar, which is the entranceway of a house. So I own the entranceway of the house. Even though someone's living there, since it's not a makom ra'ui l'dira, it doesn't count. Right? But if he has beta teven, beta bakar, beta aitzim, beta otzarot, harei ze oser alav.
That's more ra'ui than the beta shar?
What?
These are better than the beta.
Yeah, they're better. It's like living in the garage. Harei ze oser alav. Sounds like even if no one's living there. Beta teven, beta bakar, beta itzim. Even though no one's living there, he's oser. Why? Because it's a house. He has stuff there.
I definitely didn't do it. If I did, I forgot what No, you're going.
Rabbi Yehuda says, "En oser ela mekom dira belvad." It's only oser if a place of dira. Says the Gemara. The Mishnah Braita continues.
He didn't change it. He kept it a beta teven.
Yeah. That's what it is. Am Rav Yehuda ma'aseh bebenavcha shayu lo 5 chatzerot beusha. He had 5. It's missing something. 5 otzarot beusha. Uba ma'aseh lefnei chachamim va'amru. No, it's not a problem. En oser ela bet dira bilvad. Only where he lives. The place where he lives. My makom dira. So what's the place that he lives? Let's say his food is in one place and he sleeps in another place. Rav Amar mekom pita. Rav says it's the place where he eats. V'Shmuel Amar mekom lina. The place where he sleeps. Rashi mekom pita shu ochel sham. Meiti, I'll ask you a question. Haroim ve'hakaitzanim, kayatzin ve'aburganim ve'shomrei perot. So all these people, they spend time outside of the city. Kayatzin, shomrei te'enim hashetuchim b'sadeh liyabeshan lek'tzi'ot. So he says, Bizman shedarkan lalun ba'ir, when they sleep in the city, harehen ke'anshe ha'ir. So their tehum is like the people of the city, 2,000 each way from the city. Bizman shedarkan lalun b'sadeh. But if they normally sleep in the field, yesh lehem alpayim l'chol ruach, they have 2,000 in every direction. Rashi, bezman shedarkan lalun ba'ir b'makom she'ochlim, in the place where they eat. Afal pi shekidesh hayom besadeh. Even though when Shabbat started, they were in the field. Yesh lahem min ha'ir alpaim lekol ruach. They have 2,000 from the city. Ve'kol ha'ir lahem kedal ramot, and they count the whole city like 4 amot. Why? Because since they sleep in the city, that's their place. You are where you sleep. But bisman shedarkan lalum besadeh, when they sleep in the field, afal pi she'ochlim ba'ir, even though they eat in the city, and modedin lahem element sadeh. So it seems like it's a given in this Mishnah, whatever it is, that they go. You go by where you sleep, even though they're eating in town. But if they sleep outside of town, we consider their techum to be where they sleep, not where they eat. So you see the opposite. You see mekom lina gorem. Says the Gemara, no. Hata anan sahade. The imam tu lehu rifta hatam tefeni chalahu. They would mark these guys that sleep out. They'd rather eat out too. If you would bring them the food out, they'd rather eat in the field. Why should they schlep in to eat? Elama, they don't have a choice, so they go in. But the ikar dat, it's not like I want this to be a mekom pita. It's not a mekom pita that I want. It's a mekom pita that I reluctantly go to get my bread. But a mekom pita that I want it to be davka over there, that's my place. That's what Rav's going to tell you. Rashi, the imam tuluhu rifta lahatam tfeni chaluhoyo v'tzrichim lishmor. Sharei yeshenim sham ko. They're going to be sleeping there. Why they want to schlep back and forth? So that's why that mekom pita ba'ir doesn't affect them. Amar Rav Yosef. Rav Yosef said, Lo shmiya li hashmatata. I didn't hear this statement that Rav says that mekom pita gorem. Rashi. Lo shmiya li hashmata. Da amar Rav mekom pita gorem. Rav Yosef hala. V'shachach talmudo. Vaya Abaye maskiro. Abaye talmido maskiro was reminding him. Amar le Abaye atamar pni halan. You told it to us. Ve'aha amar pni halan. You said it on this case. Ha'achin shayu ochlim al shulchan avihem v'yeshenim bebatehem. The brothers that were sleeping, eating by their father, and sleeping in the house. Tzirichim eruv. They still need an eruv. Lekol echad ve'echad for each one. Ve'amrinan lecha. So we told you shma mina mekom lina gorem lecha. Alright, you see from here that they eat, that since they sleep separately, they're considered separate, even though they eat together. And you see that the main thing is where you sleep. Ve'amar plan Allah. You told us no. Amar Rav Yuda, Amar Rav b'mekable prashanu. They don't eat by the father. They just get money from him or food from him, but they eat home. So why did Rav have to answer that? Why didn't Rav say Ein achinami mekom lina gorem? You see that Rav holds mekom lina is not gorem, mekom pita gorem. That's why you have to give a tirut that it's talking b'mekable prashanu. So you see that that's what Rav holds, and that's what you told us. Tanu Rabbanan, mi sheyesh lo hamesh nashim. He has 5 wives. Mekablot peras mivaleim, and the husband sends him their needs home. Right? They live in 5 houses, or five houses around the Hatzer, whatever the case is. V'hamisha avadim, and he has 5 slaves, also live in 5 different houses. Mekablim pras mirabehem, they get supported by their master. Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera, matir benashim ve'oser ba'avadim. He says the ladies don't have to give an eruv because they really nimshach achar ba'alan. They'd all rather be in his house. Right? Jack with the social aspect over there. Right? Matir benashim ve'oser ba'avadim. And he's oser by the avadim. Because the avadim would rather be separate. If Yehuda ben Baba matir ba'avadim ve'oser banashim. Maybe like your idea, because if she's there, I'm not coming.
Because each one in their mind feels it's their husband and their hatzir. No one else is carrying that.
Rashi says, Oser ba'avadim she'enam nimshachim acharav. They're not interested in being with him. Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera, דקסבר שאנשים נגררות אחר בעליהם שמקבלות ממנו פרס שהם כמותו כגופו. ואם נגררות זו עם זו שלא לאסור זו על זו שהבעל מצרפם ולא עוד אלא שביעתה או חליצתה של אחד מהם פותרת צרתה. What does that have to do with anything? like in יבמות, אוקיי? אבל עבדים לא שייכי כולהי בתר אדון ולא זה עם זה. Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava says no, the opposite. Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava matir ba'avadim ve'oser benashim. Amar Rav, my ta'amad Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava. Dechtiv v'Daniel betra' malka. Daniel was in the gate of the king. So what does that mean, Rashi? Pekol makom shehu hashiv le betra' malka, because he was a servant of the king. Tesfir alei the avadim kekisohim. Avadim is like my pocket. Ma she'en ken benashim. בדניאל בתרא מלכה לומר שאף על פי שלא היה יושב כל היום בשער עושה אותו הכתוב כמו שישב שם כיוון שמקבל פרס ממנו he supported from him והוא משרתו ועבדו. Says and there's a siman. Rabbeinu Hananel said it's a siman who's matir avadim tra malka.
What did you say, Rabbi Hanano?
No, what is it Hananel?
Hanano, what did you say?
Oh, Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava. Rabbeinu Hananel. Rabbeinu Hananel. Right, because Sha'ar betra malka, Baba is a Sha'ar and Tara is a Sha'ar. And not only that, he says avadim doesn't have to be that you own them. Kol shemishamshim oto. The proof is because Daniel wasn't owned by the king. Okay, the Gemara continues. Amarav, my ta'ama, the Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava. Pshita ben etzel aviv keda amaran. That we have a son by the father. Mekabel pras, he has to give his own eruv, unless the eruv is coming to them. Isha etzel ba'ala ve'eved etzel rabo. Look at Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera and Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava. Depends which rabbi you hold like. Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera holds the Nashim Nikra. Rabbi Yehuda ben Bava holds the Avadim Nikra. Talmid etzel rabo. If you have a student in the yeshiva and he's being supported by the Rosh Yeshiva, they live around the Hatzer Mai. Tashema, the Rav Rabbi Chia Amar, when Rav was learning by Rabbi Chia, he said, En anu tzirichim la'arev. We don't have to make an eruv. Share anu somchim al shulchano shel Rabbi Chia, because we're being supported by Rabbi Chia. Ve Rabbi Chia be Rabbi, and Rabbi Chia, when he was learning by Rabbi Amar, he would say, En anu tzirichim la'arev. We don't have to make an eruv. Share anu somchim al shulchano shel Rabbi. We're relying on Rabbi. So you see that everybody agrees by a Talmid etzel Rabo, he's nigrar totally, and even though he's mekable pras, he doesn't have to make an eruv.
What's the difference
So
to get
he didn't to Rabbi.
What? No, they got what's it called?
money for food?
Money for food, l'chaora. L'chaora, that's the case. So the Gemara says, okay, ein achinami. That's l'chaora, the end of the story. Ba'amina ba'ya mirabad. As we had this question before. Hamisha shegavu et eruvam. 5 people collected the eruv. Keshemolichin et eruvan lemakom aher. When they carry the eruv to the next place. The kulan. Eruv echad lekulan. Does one eruv count for all of them? Or tzirichim eruv lekol echad ve'echad. Or do they all have to give, or they all have to take it to the next place? Rashi, lemakom aher lehatzer acheret. Abaye lo shmi aleha hi matnita detani leel. Abaye didn't hear that braita, which says chamisha shegavu et eruvan. Where is that? Over here. כשמוליכים ערבן למקום אחר, והביאו ערבן בא אצלן, דברי הכל עירוב אחד, תתניא, 5 שגבו את עירובן כשמוליכין את עירובן למקום אחר, עירוב אחד לכולן. That's one braita. We have another braita. Same one. עירוב אחד לכולן. He didn't hear it. Inami, or Shmi Ale, he heard it, Umibai Ale Hilchetamai. What's the halacha? Mishum Deukim Nale Beplukta. Because we said that maybe it's Bet Hillel, maybe it's Bet Shammai, maybe it's the Lo Kehad. We had a machloket over there according to the second Lashon in learning Bet Hillel. When we had the case of Hamisha Haburot Sheshavtu Betraklin, and they're taking the Eruv someplace else, Machloket, Bet Hillel says Eruv Echad Lekulan. But if the Mechitzot reach the ceiling, or if they dar v'harim v'adar, then they agree that you need separate eruvs. Then we have a braita keshemolachim eruvam lamakom acher, aval meya eruvam ba'etzlan. Devrei hakol eruv echad lekulan. According to that, that's like Bet Hillel. Others say tzirichim eruv lekol habura v'habura. So that's why Abai is not sure. Exactly. Do we hold like the first lashon? Do we hold like the second lashon? Tzirichim eruv echad lekulan. One eruv goes for everybody. Sounds like not like Rashi's classic case. Rashi always says that they take our whole basket and take it to the next case, to the next chatzir. Over here it sounds like they're just sending a separate piece of bread and they're keeping the eruv over here.
Seems like that's not a problem. Right. Sure. It seems like Mishkan also did the same.
Okay. Amar lei, he told them eruv echad lekulan. All they need is one eruv. So he told them v'ha achin dechi gavu dami. What do you mean? The brothers over here. If there was nobody else there, we would consider them like they made an eruv and they don't need anything. The Kataniam we say, tzirichim eruv lekol echad ve'echad. That everybody has to give his own eruv. So the same thing. 5 people that had an eruv by themselves, when they go to the next chatzeh, they're like the brothers taking it to other people. You're including other people. If you're including other people, you go back to being individuals. Says Gemara, no. Hacha b'mayaskina. You know when the brothers have to give more of an eruv, they're not going to another chatzeh. Kigon deika diyurin behadaihu. There's other people living in the same chatzeh. Temigod hani asre, hani nami asre. Because the other people are oser in this chatzir, we consider the brothers to be oser in this chatzir. But let's say the case was different. Let's say in the one chatzir you have the 5 brothers and the father, and then in the next chatzir you have other people and the 5 brothers and the father who don't need a nuv in their chatzir are taking in the roof to the next chatzir. Then they wouldn't need to each one give, because since in their chatzir nobody's oser on them, they considered like one package. Look in Rashi. The ha'achin, the matnitin, the achin in the Mishnah, ke gabu et eruvan dami. They're considered. You have to look at them like they have an eruv. What's the proof? The hakatanim eni mahem diurin and tzrichim larev. If nobody else is with them, they don't have to make an eruv. Why? Because they all live together. It's like they have an eruv. And even so, when they're giving with other people, each one has to give. Sounds like even if they're giving to the next chatzir. So we say no. When it says in the Mishnah they're taking the eruv, they're not taking it to the next chatzir. Afilu bechatzir shelahem, they're taking it in this chatzir. Sheme'arvim and diurim shimahem, they're being me'arev with the people that are with them in the chatzir. And why do they need to? Temigod hani asli, because the other people in the chatzir are osir on each other. Who's kikule eruv, and they need an eruv. Haninami asli ishalachiv. We consider the brothers to be osir on each other. Aval shtei chatzirot. But if it was a case of 2 courtyards, upetach benehem with a door between them, vegavu elu eruvan le'atzmam, and this chatzir collected the eruv alone. Vehutra Hatzeran, the Hatzer became mutar. Ve'elu le'atzmam, and the people in the next Hatzer collected, and now they're mutar. Vehutra Hatzeran, and their Hatzer became mutar. O shedarim be'achad mehem avu banav, or one Hatzer is a father and son's item, below diurim achrim, without anybody else there. Uba'u le'arev zil imzu, and they want to make in the roof together. Ho'il ve'en oser alehem, since there's nobody being oser on each one in their Hatzer. Veleka migu, and there's no migu. Ehad na'asa shaliach lekulan. One is a shaliach for all of them. The kanami, I'll prove to you. The ta'ama mishum migu. The katani o she'eni mahem diurim. If there's no one else in the hatzer, hayesh imahem.
They could rely on one piece of bread. They don't need all 12 pieces of bread.
I think so, but I'm not sure.
That's what it sounds like, no?
Sounds like it.
Or maybe just for shalichut.
Not sure. Rashi seems to imply that it's the shalichut of the guy. But what? Everybody should have to take it, or they have to specifically make him a shaliach.
And he takes all 12 pieces of bread, right?
That's what Rashi said, I think, on Daf Mem Tet.
That's not even a question.
Amar Abaye, Amar Ledidach Kashon Kasha, Ad Tanya Hamisha Shegavu et Eruvin, כשהם מוליכים את עירובן למקום אחר, אחד מוליך לכולם, הוא ניהו דקקני ותו לא, הוא ניהו דקדייר ותו לא. So it sounds like the one guy that's taking it is doing it. Amaleh lo ledidi kasha v'lo shmul kasha. Shalichut dekulu ka'avid. He's a shaliach for all of them. Rashi says, "Echad molich mehen molich al yedei kulam b'shvil kulam va'afilu natan hu levado pat." Even if he's the only one that gave the bread. So it sounds like you're right. Not only is he taking it, but he's giving his own bread. He's not taking the whole basket. Okay. The Gemara continues. Hachinami mistabra. 3 lines before the wide. Hachinami mistabra. It makes sense. The katani ematai. It says when is man shemolichin et eruvan b'makom acher. If they're taking the eruv someplace else. Avalamaya eruvan ba'etzlam. If the eruv is coming to them, or she'en diurim imahem behatzer, or there's nobody else with them in the hatzer, en tzirichim la'arev shma mina. So you see that when do we say that they have to give an eruv if there's diurim with them in the hatzer? Right, from the fact that it says Osh and diurim imahem behatzer, you see that before that we were talking when there were diurim in the hatzer. Right, so if they were molichim eruvan b'makom acher, and there was no diurim in the hatzer, they would only have to give one. That's exactly chamisha shegavu et eruvan. One is molich al yedei kulam. The only reason why they all had to give is because there were other people there. Shma mina. Ba minei Rav Chia bar Abi merav Sheshat. Bnei berav da'achli nama bebaga va'atu ubaiti beberav. So the yeshiva had a yeshiva in town, but kanireh there was some sort of a hachnasat orchim out in the valley, outside of town. So they would go eat in this baga, in the hachnasat orchim in the baga. Rashi, bebet ushpiza bebek'ah. Baiti, and they sleep in the berav. No, the berav is in the yeshiva, but they didn't have food there. The food was in some sort of a guest house out of town, right? Ki mashchina lehu tchuma. When we measure the tehum, miberav mashchina lehu, mibaga mashchina. Do we measure from the yeshiva or from the way they eat, from the dining room? Amar lei told him mashchina miberav. We measure from the yeshiva. So what do you mean? Vare notenet eruvo betoch alpayim amah ve'ati ubayit bebete de mashchina le tehuma me'eruve. Guy that puts his eruv out, we measure his techum from the eruv because mekompita gorem. So to over here, let's say because they eat out of town, like Rav, it's the place where your food is. So he told him, over there we're witnesses what he wants, and over here we're the witnesses what he wants. Since he wants to go that way, if he could have slept there, he would have. So therefore, mekompita garim. Ubehada anan sadeh. Over here, we're also the witnesses. The imaytu lehu rifta leberav. If they bring the food to the yeshiva, nicha lehu tfei. They'd be happier. They don't have to leave. So therefore, the fact that his food is there, it's just a mistake that the food is there. It's not that he wants the food there. Masha'enken, the guy traveling, he'd rather start there. If he had a nice house there, he would live there. Bai Rami barhama mirav chista. Avu bno. Harav et talmido. So those two cases, we said that they're considered to be one unit. They don't need they only need one eruv. Kirabim damu or kihidim damu? One question. Tzirichim eruv or en tzirichim eruv? And mavoy shalem nitar belechi v'kora or en nitar belechi v'kora? Three separate questions.
For what, Rabbi? For what?
Rashi. Ha'avu bno harav et talmido kirabim dami. So that, what does that mean? Rashi says, le'inyan shte chatzerot zu lefnim mizu. When you have two chatzerot, one and the other. V'dirisat regel ha'penimit ala hitzun. On the inside one walks through the outside one. V'tnam b'matnitim. We learned in the Mishnah. Emayu shel yechidim. If they were individuals. She'achidar b'penimit. That is one guy living inside. The Haber regel muteret b'mkomo, which we mentioned before, he's allowed to carry in his place. En oseret shelo b'mkoma. They're not oseret out of their place. Ve'em shel rabim. But if it's public, ve'lo irva penimit la'atzman, the inside one didn't make an eruv. They have ya regel ha'asura b'mkoma. They consider asur in their place. Oseret ala hitzona filo irva hitzona la'atzman. Even if the outside one made an eruv, because these inside people who are regel ha'asura walk through their place, they bring the isur with them. They all sit on the outside ones. So are they considered yachid, the father and the sons, that they won't be osir because they're like one family? Or no, since they sleep separately, maybe we'll consider them like Rabbi. That's one question. If there's nobody else in the Hatzir, do they need an eruv? And he wants to know, is it nitar belechi v'kora? Why should it not be nitar? Why should the mavoy not be nitar belechi v'kora? The kaimalan, very good, Yossi. The kaimalan, em mavoy nitar belechi v'kora ad shiu batim v'chatzeriot petuchim letocho. Because the mavoy is not nitar until you have two chatzerot with two batim each. But if you're going to consider these guys like yichidim, like one big item, maybe it's not considered batim, because they're all considered one. Or if the two chatzerot are father and son, like one, and the mavoy won't be mutar. So he answered him like this. We have a Mishnah, ha'av ubno, harav et talmido. If there's no diurim there, harehenki chidim, they're considered like individuals, and they're not oseh because it's regala muteret b'mkoma. Ve'en tzirichim la'arev because there's no one with them. Umavoy shelahem nitar belechi v'kora. But even though we consider them like individuals, and they're not oseh, legabe the batim, physically you have two houses, and you have two hatzerot, it's good enough. And a lechi will work. Lechi and korah will work.
So even if there were houses that were nobody living in it, sounds like?
I don't know if that's true. Maybe he didn't say. Right? It could. You could hear that in the Rashi, but in that maybe not. Okay. Hamesh chatzerot Petuchot zu lazuf. You have 5 courtyards open to each other. Upetuchot lemavoy. And they're also open into the mavoy.
That's the picture on there, right?
You have the picture, right? So you see all 5 chatzirot have an entrance between each other, and they all have an entrance into the mavoy. Irvu bechatzirot. If they made an eruv in the chatzirot. Rashi says Iruv b'chatzerot. Not only did each chatzer make its own Iruv, but they actually all made an Iruv together. They took one to the other, to the other, to the other. All the stuff is all in one place, in the chatzerot. So I can carry straight through all the chatzerot, no problem. V'lo nishtatfu b'mavoy, but they didn't make the shituf of the mavoy officially. Mutarim b'chatzerot v'asurim b'mavoy. They're mutar in the chatzerot, but they're not allowed to carry in the mavoy. Who's that? We had this mahloki before, right? Rabbi Meir says, "En somchim al eruv b'mkom shituf, and not on shituf b'mkom eruv." Right, who did we have that argued on Rabbi Meir? Chachamim. It was Chachamim. Very good, Yosef. So he says, "Ve'asurim b'mavoy, ve'im nishtatfu b'mavoy." If they made a shituf in the mavoy. Mutarim kan v'kan, they're mutar in both places. Now what does that mean? Does it mean they were mishtatef in the mavoy and they didn't make an eruv in the hatzer, or does it mean that they also made a shituf in the mavoy? You can take it either way. Right? If you take it, that it means they also made a shituf. It's good. It goes with a bimir. If you say it means they only made a shituf, so the seifa is against the reisha because you're relying on shituf bimkom eruv. Mutarim kan v'kan. Irvu b'chatzerot v'nishtatfu b'mavoy. If they did both like good boys. V'shachach echad mibnei chatzer v'lo irev. And one of the people in the chatzer didn't make an eruv. Mutarim kan v'kan. They're allowed to carry in both places. Mibnei mavoy v'lo nishtatef. But if one of the people in the mavoy didn't make the shituf, mutarim b'chatzerot because the shituf doesn't affect the chatzer. The asurim b'mavoy because they're missing something in the mavoy. Shehamavoy lachatzerot kehatzer labatim. Let's see Rashi. V'shachach echad mibnei chatzer v'lo irev b'chatzero lahatir chatzero. Aval b'shituf haya lo chelik, but he did give in the shituf. Mutarim kan v'kan. Hashta mashma, over here it's mashma desumchim, that you're relying on the shituf to be matir the guy that forgot to make an eruv. How could it be that the Reisha says you don't rely on it, and in the Sefer you seem to be? Shamavoy lachatzerot kehatzer labatim. What's this continuation? Keshem she'asu lotzim min habatim lahatzer. Just like you can't carry from the batim to the hatzer below eruv without an eruv. Kachasu lotzim min hatzer lemavoy. You can't carry from the hatzer to the mavoy below shituf. Below teima. And don't say dulo damu, that they're not comparable. The bait v'hatzer zu reshut yachid v'zu reshut rabim. The bait and the hatzer are, one is totally private and one is semi-private. Mash'enken, the hatzer and the mavoy are both semi-private. No, even so, the gabe the mavoy, which is much more public, the hatzer is considered private. It's stages. Now the Gemara analyzes the Mishnah. Mani Rabbi Meir. Mani, who's the Mishnah? Rabbi Meiri. The Reisha that says if you made an erum in the chatzeh but not a shituf in the mavoy, you can't carry in the mavoy is Rabbi Meir. The Amar ba'inan eruv u'ba'inan shituf. You need both. Right? Ema mitziata. The next case says v'im nishtatfu b'mavoy mutarim kan v'kan. If they made a shituf, the mutar here and there. Ata'an l'Rabbanan. That must go like Rabbanan. Rashi says, oh sorry, so we're understanding the im nishtatfu alone, without an eruv. Im nishtatfu alone, so you're relying on the shituf instead of the eruv, that's the chachamim. The amri b'chada sagya, they say it's enough to make one, or eruv, or mavoy, or shituf. Says the Gemara, halokashya, ve'im nishtatfu, nami kamar. It doesn't mean they only made a shituf, they also made a shituf. You made an eruv, and you made a shituf, everything is mutar. So yeah, ema seifa. Seifa says, irvu b'chatzerot v'nishtatfu b'mavoy. V'shachach echad mibneh. Reish is for sure Rabbi. It's nothing to talk about, right?
It says you can carry one of them.
Where? He carried it? I made an eruv. I carry where I made an eruv. No problem.
It doesn't matter that you're going to...
Don't carry where you didn't make a chashituf. He just says one doesn't cover the other, but it covers itself. Says, okay, so he's saying it's order be me'ir nishtatfu nami. They made eruv and they made shituf. Okay. But the next case says, Ema seifa, irvu b'chatzero v'nishtatfu b'mavoy. No problem. Like Raymond. V'shachach echa mibnei chatzer v'lo eruv. But one guy didn't make an eruv. Mutarim kan v'kan. They're allowed to carry in the chatzer and in the mavoy. Hey, you're allowed to carry in the chatzer. You have a yo-yo that didn't make an eruv. Must be, because since the guy was part of the shituf, we allow the shituf to cover the eruv. But how does Rabbi allow that? Rabbi says shituf doesn't cover eruv. Hey chidami, what did the guy do? Either below bitel. If he didn't make bitul, amay mutarim. Why are they mutar? He didn't make an eruv and he needs to. Ela pshita de batil. So you'll tell me no, it's Rabbi. And you know what they'll carry? Because the guy made bitul. Ema seifa. Shachach echa mibnei mavoy. V'lo nishtatvu. If one of the guys in the mavoy forgot and didn't make the shituf, mutarim bechatzerot. The latter kind of chatzerot, because chatzerot doesn't need a shituf. V'asurim b'mavoy, but they're not allowed to carry in the mavoy because the shituf is faulty because one guy's not part of it. Right? V'idelo. Hey chidami, what's it? Sorry. Eid the bitel. If you're telling me that the reason why you were mutar in the hatzer is because the guy that didn't make the eruv was mevatel, so mistama over here, the guy that didn't make the shituf was also mevatel. It's got to be talking parallel, right? We eat the batil, and if we're talking, we made the bitul. Amay asurim b'mavoy. Why are they asur in the mavoy? V'chi tema. You know, you'll say like this: Kasavar b'meir and bitul rishut b'mavoy. Rabbi hold, yeah, we gave you a ter to make bitul by a chatzer. It's one point. But in the mavoy, okay, you didn't make a shituf. Next week, Charlie, don't be too. It's not true. Ve'atanya shehare bitel lahem reshuto devrei Rabbi Meir. That case with the tzduki in the beginning of the perek, right? So we said, so hurry up and carry until it'll be oser. So the Baraita said, shehare bitel lahem reshuto devrei Rabbi Meir. So you see, it was a mavoy, and the Rameya said he was mevatel. You see, bitul reshut works in a mavoy. Ela pshita dolo batil. So you have to say that in the sefer it's asur because he didn't make bitul. Umi the sefer dolo batil reisha nami dolo bitel. And the reisha in the chatzir he wasn't mevatel, right? So how is it going to be? How are you going to be explain it? You have to say strange thing. Reisha v'sefer Rabbi Meir. The Reisha, when it says that they asur in the Hatzer, when the Mutan the Hatzer asur in the Mavoy is Rabbi Meir. The Sefer that says because he didn't make Shituf in the Mavoy, it's Rabbi Meir. The Mitziata, right? Ve'im nishtatva b'Mavoy, and the case that says Irvu b'Hatzerot, ve'shachach echa ve'lo yirev mutanim kan ve'kan, because you somech on the Shituf b'mkom Mavoy, that goes like Rabbanan. Whoa, that's strange. You have the bookends are Rabbi Meir, and the center part is the Chachamim. The Reisha, V'Seifa Rabbi Meir, Mitziat Rabbanan. I mean, even if you want to say Reisha Rabbanan, Seifa Rabbi Meir, or something like that, but to go back and forth is wild. It says the Gemara, Kula Rabbi Meir. No, it's all Rabbi Meir. V'ta'ama ma'yamo Rabbi Meir, ba'inan eruv, ba'inan shituf. Shelo l'shakeach Torat eruv, minatinokot. He says, why does Rabbi Meir say you can't rely on the shituf b'mkom eruv? Because the kids don't know what's going on in the hatzer, and they know what's going on in the mavoy. They know what's going on in the hatzer. And if you're only going to make shituf all the time, the kids are going to forget the laws of eruv. They're not going to know there was eruv. He says, yeah, hacha kivan deruba ishtatuf. Since most irvu, since most of the people in the hatzer made the eruv, lo mishtaka. They're not going to forget it. There's an eruv, there's a pgam in it. For that, this is enough. Most of the people made it.
It's like Rabbanan. He agrees to Rabbanan.
And halachically agrees to Rabbanan. But Rameya made a gezerah. Gezerah is, kids are going to forget the eruv. But now that most of the people made the eruv, it's enough. So if it would be 2 out of 5 made eruv is no good. 2 out of 3 is good. 2 out of 4, we don't know. Amar of Yud Amarav. Amar Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda said, Rav lo tani petuchot zulazu. We have in the Mishnah, if you look back at the Mishnah, Hamesh Chatzerot, first the Petuchot Zulazu, Upetuchot Mavoy. And that's why in the picture that we have on Amud Aleph, there's the holes across the middle, that each Chatzer is open to each other. Rav said, Hamesh Chatzerot, Petuchot Mavoy. He's not Gores, Petuchot Zulazu. So for some reason, Rav doesn't want to have that they're open to each other in the Mishnah. What's bothering him? Sounds okay. Rav lo tani petuchot zulazu.
Is it worth the same? It's not worth it.
V'chen amar Rav Kahana. Rav Kahana also said, Rav lo tani petuchot zulazu. Rav didn't have in the Mishnah, they're open to each other. Ika da amri, Rav Kahana gufa lo tani petuchot zulazu. Rav Kahana himself didn't hold petuchot zulazu. Amalei Abaya le Rav Yosef. My ta'ama demand the lo tani petuchot zulazu. What's the reason, or of Rav, that doesn't have petuchot zulazu? So he told him, I don't know if Abaya is telling Rav Yosef, or Rav Yosef is telling Abaya. Kasavar, he holds, kol shituf, she'em machniso umotzio derech petachim b'mavoy, lo shme shituf. He says a shituf, you have to take it to the front, from the front door into the mavoy. Nah, if you're open from Chatzer to Chatzer to Chatzer to Chatzer, when you go make the shituf, you're going to go out the front into the mavoy and around. You're going to go through the shortcuts, and that's why it's no good. So in order for us to say that there's a shituf in the mavoy, had to be there's no openings between them, and they took it out and took it back in. Very formal. You want to make a shituf, you have to use the front door. Go out from the front door into the mavoy and come back in. It has to travel.
It's a contract. It's like a verbal agreement. No, what is it?
No, it's that we're all together in this food, in this wine, in this thing. But Rav seems to hold. You got to take it in and out from the front door through the mavoy. It has. If you want to be matir the mavoy, it has to walk through the mavoy. So he says. I'll ask you a question. Balabayit, we had the Mishnah before. Shaya shutaf l'shechenav lazeh b'yayin v'lazeh b'yayin and tzirichim la'arev. And so why is it talking about shituf? If it's talking about wine, it has to be shituf because eruv can only be talking about bread. Rashi and tzarich la'arev ve'hacha delakhu chaviv b'shutafut. They bought it together. You think they schlepped it in and out of the mavoy? V'lo nechnesa. Safe trip. Yachid v'rabim malacha kerabim. V'lo nechnesa ela le'oto chatzer levada. So probably only went into his chatzer. Or it says, Hatam de'afke ve'ayle. Nah. He took it in and took it out. Now, if you told me that it was talking where he did it l'shem eruv, that would be nice. But we said over there it's not talking l'shem eruv. So what on earth was the guy doing, taking tours with his barrel of wine? So Rashi admits it's a door. Hak, look in Rashi. Da'afke ve'ayle lehavit b'kol ha'chatzerot. U'mehem lemavoy. U'misham lehatzer she'unach sham. Ve'lo l'shem shituf. Not for shituf. Okay, the guy says, let me see the wine. He brought it there. Let me see the wine. He took it there. Rashi says, I'm sorry, this is really, really far-fetched, and that's not going to be the maskana to say that the Mishnah is talking about such a strange case that they take it in and out for no reason. Right? Says the Gemara, Matkif la Rabba bar Hanan, or bar Hana. Rabba bar Rav Hanan. Ela me'ata hiknalo pat besalo. If he was makneh him bread in the sal, hachinami dula v'shituv, because it didn't go outside. V'chitei mahachinami, you're going to tell me, yeah, you always have to take it through the hatzer. V'ha'amar Rav Yehuda, amar Rav. That's Rav himself. B'nei habura shayu misubim, that they were sitting on the table Friday afternoon. V'kadesh aleim ayom, and became Shabbat. Hapat she'ala shulchan, the bread on the table that they're all eating from. Som chimalea mishum eruv, they can rely on it for eruvei hatzerot. The Amrila and others say mishum shituf, that they can rely on it for shitufei mivaot. They didn't have time to take it in the hatzer. It's sitting on the table. The Amar Rabba. Rabbi said it's not that they're arguing if it could be shituf or iruv. La pligi. Kan b'misubim b'bayit. If they're in the house, so then they're talking about an eruv because the place to put eruvei hatzerot is in the house. Bayit shebehatzer. V'kan, right? Kan b'misubim b'hatzer. If they're sitting in the hatzer, it must be a shituf because the place to put a shituf is b'hatzer shebemavoy. So you see that Rav himself holds a shituf could be without going in and out, without making a parade. So what? Why doesn't Rav? And now we're back to square one. Why doesn't Rav have in the Mishnah pituchot zelazeh? Ela ta'amad Rav de kasavar en mavoy nitar pelechi vekora ad shiu batim v'chatzerot pituchim letocho. So what? So when the chatzerot are open one to another, it's all considered one big chatzer. So therefore what? So the problem is, if I would have the chatzerot open one to another, the mavoy wouldn't be mutar bichlal.
It's not a mavoy.
Not because of the shituf. The shituf might work, but the yolechi is pasul.
But you don't need a shituf. Because it's not a mavoy.
No. No, it's a mavoy.
What do you mean?
Physically, it's a mavoy.
Oh,
it's not a chatzir. The lechi doesn't work.
Ah, okay. But it's still considered a mavoy. So then how do you fix it?
You have to put it to Rat HaPetach. I don't know, pass out, pass something. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.